What's up, KFG Crew and KFG Kings? It's your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv. Tonight I'll give you guys my WWE SummerSlam review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications when I premiere a brand new video or I go live on YouTube. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Let's go over SummerSlam. Now, SummerSlam was a 9 out of 10. And plus, you see the thumbnail. Before I get to my review, I just want to get some shout-outs. Shouts to my boy Showstopper TV for an amazing stream. I mean, I was there, Grey Goose, Team for Wood, and everybody was there at Showstopper TV's live stream. So, Showstopper TV watching this video, great job on your live stream. All right, and second person I want to give a shout out to my boy DF Network. He called it when Bayley returns. He called it. So, DF Network, if you're watching this video, shouts to you, man. You called it down the middle when Bayley returned at SummerSlam. All right, let's get down to business because we got a lot to talk about. The show kicks off then, now, forever. WWE video leads us into the show. But Triple H, thank you for this, man. Thank you for giving me and the fans what we wanted. When I saw Bayley, Shirai, and Dakota Kai, none of us did not expect it. So everybody on social media is talking about the faction between Bayley, Shirai, and Dakota Kai. All right, let's get down to business. So then, now forever, the WWE video leads us into the show. A video package introduced us to the 35th annual WWE SummerSlam. This is the first SummerSlam and the first major live WWE event without Vince McMahon at the helm. All right, so we get the first match card, the Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. This match was fantastic. Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair, they both killed it. This match was really good. The bell rings and the two competitors look certainly at one another before circling the ring. They lock up and Becky Lynch swipes her off into the ropes. Belair rolls her eyes. Becky Lynch grabs a waistline before twisting into a side headlock. Bianca Belair powers Becky Lynch off her and wags her fingers. Becky Lynch looks upset and that she been show up. Okay, Bianca Belair takes her down with a waist lock, but Becky Lynch applies a front face lock. Bianca Belair gets to her feet and powers Becky Lynch to the corner. Becky Lynch climbs the ropes for a sunset flip, but Bianca Belair rolls out and does a handspring. Bianca Belair's shoulder blocks her down before hitting the ropes and doing another handspring. Bianca Belair goes to the leapfrog her, but Becky Lynch picks her leg to take her down. Becky Lynch then attacks the left arm and starts yanking on it. Becky Lynch continues to attack the arm, pulling her into the middle rope and trying to hyperextend the elbow. Becky Lynch angrily stumps her before yanking her down. Bianca Belair does a handspring and drop kicks her down. Bianca Belair connects with a double chicken wing slam onto Becky Lynch's shoulder and hits a standing moonsault for a 2 count. Becky Lynch rolls out of the ring to recover. Bianca Belair follows her out and goes for a kiss of death on the barricade, but Becky Lynch lands on her feet. Becky Lynch pulls her onto the barricade, climbs onto it, and hits a diving leg drop. Becky Lynch quickly gets her into the ring and covers for a 2 count. Becky Lynch hits a back exploder. Becky Lynch goes for another, but Bianca Belair fights it. Bianca Belair goes for a vertical suplex, but Becky Lynch counters into an inside cradle for a 2 count. Becky Lynch takes her down by the hair for another 2 count. Becky Lynch angrily looks down at the Raw Women's Champion and stomps her. Bianca Belair slaps her injured arm to get some feeling back. Bianca Belair forearms her back in a few times, but Becky Lynch fights back. They fumble through a spot, and Becky Lynch gets a submission on before rolling her up for a 2 count. Becky Lynch drop kicks to the apron and hits a spinning kick. Becky Lynch has her between the ropes and comes off the second rope for a diving leg drop, but Bianca Belair counters into a powerbomb. After taking a few moments to recover, Becky Lynch knocks Bianca Belair to the floor. Bianca Belair catches her coming off the apron and hits a chicken wing slam into the apron. Bianca Belair goes for a suplex on the floor, but Becky Lynch fights it. Becky Lynch tries to dive her into the ring post, but Bianca Belair pulls her into it. Instead, Bianca Belair then hits a nice suplex on the floor. Bianca Belair gets Becky Lynch in the ring and hits a handspring standing moonsault for a near fall. Bianca Belair hits a running shoulder in the corner. Becky Lynch reverses a whip, but Bianca Belair flips over her. Becky Lynch knocks her back and goes for a crossbody block, but Bianca Belair rolls through. Bianca Belair goes to press her up, but Becky Lynch gets out and goes for the second rope. Becky Lynch hits a diamond dust stunner for a near fall. They trade punches before Becky Lynch knees her. Becky Lynch hits the ropes, but Bianca Belair rocks her with a forearm. Bianca Belair goes for the ropes, but Becky Lynch pulls the braid. Bianca Belair goes for a powerbomb, but Becky Lynch attempts a hurricanrana. Bianca Belair fights it and tosses her. Bianca Belair goes for the kiss of death, but Becky Lynch grabs the top rope. Becky Lynch pulls her down and goes for the disarm her. Bianca Belair fights it and pulls herself out of the ring. Becky Lynch won't let go of the arm, so Bianca Belair connects with the kiss of death on the floor. Bianca Belair tries to get her into the ring, but Becky Lynch is dead weight. Bianca Belair decides to get into the ring and gets a count out, but Becky Lynch gets in at 9. Bianca Belair goes for the kiss of death in the ring, but Becky Lynch fights it. Bianca Belair instead hits a big spine buster before going to the top rope. Becky Lynch gets to her feet and cuts her off. Bianca Belair fights her off, but Becky Lynch holds on to the braid. Becky Lynch pulls her back by the braid off the top rope and hits a manhandle slam, but Bianca Belair just barely kicks out. And Becky Lynch clubs away at the challenger and goes for the disarm her, but Bianca Belair rolls her up for a 2 count. Bianca Belair rolls her up again, but Becky Lynch stops her. Bianca Belair goes to the second rope, but Becky Lynch cuts her off and goes for the manhandle slam. Bianca Belair counters into a Spanish spot. Bianca Belair immediately follows up with a devastating kiss of death for the win. The winner and still your Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. This was a good match. This was the first match of the night. Alright, let's move on. Bianca Belair celebrates before a home state crowd. Becky Lynch is devastated about losing and get to her feet with her lip quivering. Okay, Becky Lynch extends her hand. They shake hands and hugs her before walking off. As Bianca Belair continues to celebrate, you already know Bayley music hits. Bayley comes out to a huge ovation after being missed for over a year. Shortly after, Dakota Kai comes out with her. Dakota Kai was released by WWE in April 2022. 2022. Next is Io Shirai. The women's division is getting much needed infusion of great talent. Bianca Belair is shocked. Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Shirai make their way to the ring and get in. They prepare to attack Bianca Belair, but Becky Lynch gets in the ring and stands alongside the Raw Women's Champion. They challenge them to a fight. Bayley calls Dakota Kai and Io Shirai off. They leave the ring as the crowd boos. And you see the thumbnail. Ladies and gentlemen, the thumbnail never lies. So, that's all I gotta say. But DF Network called it straight down the middle when Bayley came back to the show tonight at SummerSlam. DF Network called it down the middle. Alright, let's move on. Video package. The Miz versus Logan Paul. The Miz, accompanied by Maurice and Ciampa versus Logan Paul. This match was good. So hats off to the Miz and Logan Paul. Logan Paul showed some athleticism in this match. This match was good too. They lock up and Miz powers Paul into the ropes before patting him on the head. The Miz taunts the crowd. Miz grabs a waistline before hitting a snapmare. Logan Paul covers up, so Miz boots him in the head. Miz mocks him, so Logan Paul takes him down with a waistlock. Miz elbows him in the face before whipping him into the ropes. Logan Paul counters out of a move and hits a fireman's carry takedown. Miz covers up, so Paul hits a playful kick to the head. Miz blocks a big boot and goes for some punches, but Logan Paul ducks it. Logan Paul unloads on him with some strikes. Miz angrily charged, but Logan Paul leapfrogs him twice. Miz puts the brakes on and goes for a boot, but Logan Paul rolls him up for a 2 count. Logan Paul gets him out of the ring and hits a moonsault off the apron to the floor. Logan Paul gets him in the ring, but Miz hits a throat thrust. Miz chops the chest. Logan Paul turns him around and hits some lightning quick chops. Logan Paul boots him back and goes to the second rope, but Miz sweeps the feet. Miz hits a face buster off the ropes. Miz stomps away at him before kicking him in the ribs. Miz chokes him on the ropes before the referee backs him up. As the referee admonished the Miz, Ciampa gets a cheap shot in. The Miz attacks the lower back of Logan Paul and ribs at the face. Miz applies a chin lock. A light, tiny ball chant picks up. Miz gets Logan Paul in the corner and punches away at him. Miz taunts the crowd, so Logan Paul hits some strikes. Logan Paul boots him back and comes off the second rope with a blockbuster. Logan Paul hits a clothesline and a back elbow. Logan Paul scoops Miz up and hits a running power slam for a near fall. Logan Paul hits some stiff kicks. Miz blocks it, but Logan Paul takes him down and applies a figure 4 leg lock. Miz screams in pain, but he gets to the bottom rope. Logan Paul connects with a crossbody block before hitting a standing moonsault for a near fall. Miz boots him back, but Logan Paul quickly knocks him down. Ciampa goes for a cheap shot, but the referee catches him and ejects him from ringside. The crowd cheers. Ciampa flips out and grabs a chair. Ciampa sets up a chair and sits down. He's not leaving. AJ Styles' music hits and he comes out to attack Ciampa. Styles fights him through the crowd and gets Ciampa out of there. The Miz is distracted by what's going on. Logan Paul blindsides him with a phenomenal forearm for a near fall. Miz rolls out of the ring to recover. Logan Paul follows him out and clears off the commentary table. Logan Paul lays Miz on the table and gets in the ring. Logan Paul takes off the turnbuckle cover and throws it at Maurice. Logan Paul then leaps off and hits a fall splash off the top through the Miz on the commentator table. The table explodes. Logan Paul gets Miz in the ring, covers, but Maurice distracts the referee. Logan Paul yells at her and tells her to get lost. Miz grabs a medallion her wore during his entrance and goes to clog Logan Paul with it, but he nearly hits Maurice when Logan Paul ducks. Logan Paul ducks. Logan Paul immediately hits a skull crusher finale on the Miz for the victory. The winner of the match, Logan Paul. This was a good match too. Logan Paul celebrates and says, "That's how a champ does it." All right, let's move on. A video package: The Career of Brock Lesnar. Maxine Dupree, Mansoor, and Mace do a bizarre commercial for Pure Life water. That segment was garbage. They was pouring water down on their chest and arms. They can't even drink out of the water bottle. That segment itself was trash. All right, let's move on. The career of Roman Reigns. So we get the United States Championship match. Theory versus Bobby Lashley. This match was garbage. As Bobby Lashley is posing for his entrance, Theory assaults him with his Money in the Bank briefcase. Theory smash it on his back a few times and shouts at the referee to start the match. The referee checks on Lashley. Lashley agrees to start the match. The bell rings and Theory immediately attacks him. Lashley tries to fight back, but Theory knocks him back and hits a blockbuster for a 2 count. Theory stomps and punches away at Lashley. Lashley quickly fights back and hits a pair of clotheslines, followed by a one-arm spine buster for a near fall. Lashley sets up a spear, but Theory rolls out of the ring to recover. Theory grabs his Money in the Bank briefcase and has decided to walk out of the match. Lashley is not happy about that and stand in his way. Lashley smacks the briefcase out of his hand and punches away at him. Lashley viciously whips him into the barricade twice. Lashley gets him in a corner, but Theory blindsides him with a Rolling Thunder dropkick for a 2 count. Lashley stumbles to the corner, so Theory charges. Lashley connects with a flatliner. They trade punches after recovering. Lashley elbows him and hits a running power slam. Lashley goes for a running shoulder, but Theory moves. Theory goes for a Rolling Thunder dropkick, but Lashley counters into a military press. Lashley then tosses him into a hurt lock for the submission. Theory taps out immediately to save himself for later. The winner is still your United States Championship, Bobby Lashley. Now, if Theory kept on fighting Bobby Lashley, this match would have been good, but this match was terrible. This match was terrible. Let's move on. No DQs match, tag team match. The Judgment Day. Finn Balor and Damian Priest, accompanied by Rhea Ripley versus the Mysterios, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. This match, I'm gonna say this match was decent tag team match, decent. The bell rings, and both teams immediately start brawling. The Judgment Day gets the better of the Mysterio earlier on. They pose for the crowd. Ray takes Balor out with a head scissors takeover. Dominic attacks Priest and gets him out of the ring. Finn Balor is also sent outside. Ray holds the ropes opens and Dominic hits a suicide dive on Priest. Ray then hits Balor with a moonsault. Dominic gets Balor in the ring and hits a crossbody block for a 2 count. Ray tags in and the Mysterios hit a double team leg sweep. Ray slams Dominic onto Balor for a 2 count. Ray shimmies like Eddie Guerrero and tags in Dominic. Dominic grabs Balor's arm and climbs the ropes for an arm drag. Dominic attacks Damian Priest before going to Balor. Balor reverses a whip and Damian Priest kicks Dominic in the face. Balor then knocks Ray off the apron. Balor stomps away at Dominic and taunts the crowd. Damian Priest tags in. Balor hits a backbreaker on Dominic and holds him up for Priest to hit a leg drop. Damian Priest get a near fall. Damian Priest attacks Dominic and apply a chin lock. Dominic fights up, but Damian Priest hits him in the head. Damian Priest also knocks Ray off the apron. Finn Balor grabs Dominic and holds him up for Priest to avalanche. Finn Balor tag in. Damian Priest hits a release suplex and Balor connects with a slingshot stomp. Finn Balor starts the Three Amigos before cutting it off. Finn Balor chops Dominic's chest before whipping him into the corner for a running chop. Finn Balor bounces him off the turnbuckle and talks trash. Dominic shoves him back and hits a neck breaker. Rey Mysterio tags in Tyson hits a springboard moonsault on Priest. Ray avoids an avalanche and goes to the top rope for a diving seated senton. Ray dropkicks him in the face, knocking Finn Balor off the apron. Ray boosts Damian Priest back and hits a wheelbarrow bulldog. Finn Balor brings a chair into the ring, but Ray attacks him. Ray grabs the chair and attacks Damian Priest with it. Ray then slides out of the ring with the chair under him and lands on Finn Balor at ringside. Ray goes to sling himself into the ring, but Priest catches him. Ray slides off, but Damian Priest super kicks him for a near fall. Damian Priest sets up a south of heaven, but Ray knocks him into the ropes. Ray goes for a 619, but Balor blind attacks and cuts Ray off. Finn Balor with a woo drop kick into the corner and goes to the top rope. Dominic cuts him off. Ray follows Finn Balor up to the top rope and hits a wild super hurricanrana. Ray covers, but Damian Priest breaks it up. Damian Priest grabs Rey Mysterio and sets up for a perfect powerbomb. Dominic pulls Ray off. They knock Damian Priest and Balor into the ropes. The Mysterios goes for the Stereo 619s, but Rhea Ripley sweeps their feet. She grabs Dominic and hits an electric chair drop onto the apron. In the ring, Damian Priest hits South of Heaven on Ray. Balor calls for a chair, but the lights go out. Edge then emerged from a ring of fire to a modified version of the Brood music. Edge heads to the ring. Damian Priest and Finn Balor look shocked. Edge big boots Damian Priest on the entrance. Edge gets in the ring and spears Finn Balor. Damian Priest runs into the ring, so Edge spears him as well. Edge hits Finn Balor with the drop toe into the ropes. The Mysterios hit Finn Balor with a 619. Ray follows up with a splash for the win. The winner of the match, the Mysterios. Edge stands tall with the Mysterios in the ring. The Judgment Day look on and shock from the entrance. Alright, let's move on. A video package, the career of Kevin Owens. I don't know why they're showing that. Michael Cole and Corey Graves will be on commentary now. Video package, Pac Mcgaffey versus Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin makes his entrance, a choir shows up and sings "Bum, you know what, Bum Corbin." They then sing Pac Mcgaffey's entrance music. So we get Happy Corbin versus Pac Mcgaffey. This was a pretty good match too. Pretty good. Alright. Okay, this was some people say they didn't even care about this match, but who knows? I'm just gonna say this was fine for what it was. Charles Robinson, the greatest referee of all time, which is facts. It's the official for this match. The bell rings. Corbin talks trash to Pac McAfee before shoving him. Corbin tells him to sit down at commentary. Pac McAfee super kicks him and punches away at him. Corbin shoves him to the corner, but McAfee boosts him back. McAfee goes to the second rope and hits a flying hurricanrana that knocks Corbin out of the ring. Pac McAfee follows him out, but Corbin backs him into the apron. McAfee takes Corbin down and gets him in the ring. Pac McAfee puts Corbin on the top rope and climbs up there. Corbin shows him off, but McAfee backflips and lands on his feet. Pac McAfee poses as Corbin crushes him with a front drop kick. Corbin grabs McAfee and puts him in the corner. Corbin punches away at him and connects with an avalanche. Corbin throws McAfee across the ring and angrily looks at the crowd. Corbin shouts at Michael Cole about McAfee. Corbin punches away at McAfee. Corbin knocks McAfee out of the ring and dives him into the barricade. Corbin dives and drills him real first into the barricade and puts him back in the ring. Corbin covers for a 2 count. Corbin mocks McAfee and the crowd boos him. McAfee punches back at Corbin and hits the ropes. Corbin counters with a deep 6. with a deep six. With the deep six for a near fall. Corbin argues the call with the referee. Michael Cole identify the referee as Charles Robinson. A big change. Corbin goes for an out and in clothesline, but Mcgaffey cuts him off. Mcgaffey then hits a plancha. They brought at ringside before Corbin throws him into the commentary table. Michael Cole roots on his broadcast partner. Corbin gets in the ring to break the count. Corbin puts on a headset and calls out Mcgaffey parents and while punches him. Michael Cole says Corbin's family is embarrassed by him as Corbin shoves him down. Corbin gets Mcgaffey in the ring and continues to shout at Michael Cole. Corbin goes to the top rope, but McGaffey leaps up there. McGaffey loses his footing for a moment, but recovers and hits a top rope superplex for a near fall. McGaffey and Corbin trade punches in the center of the ring. Corbin shows him to the corner and charges, but he hits the ring post. When McGaffey moves, the referee checks on McGaffey. Corbin falls off the ring. Falls off the ring in pain. McGaffey wearing a shirt that says #bomb Corbin on the back and goes to the ropes. McGaffey nearly falls off before hitting a swanton bomb to the floor. McGaffey hits Corbin, but he hits the floor harder. McGaffey gets Corbin in the ring and goes to the top rope, but Corbin avoids him. McGaffey flips through the ends of days and shoves him. Corbin accidentally hits the referee. McGaffey used the distraction to low blow Corbin, which is payback from a low blow given to him last night on SmackDown. McGaffey comes off the second rope with a dangerous looking code red for the win. Okay, the winner of the match, Pac McAfee. Pac McAfee celebrates before going to the commentary and telling Corey Graves to suck it. Yes, it says to suck it. Pac McAfee has a beer with a fan and dance off. Okay, let's move on. Replays are showing from last night's SmackDown showcasing Drew McIntyre defeating Sheamus in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. McIntyre will face the undisputed WWE Universal Champion at Clash at the Castle. Alright, Drew McIntyre is introduced to the crowd. McIntyre greets Nashville and says he loves this city. It's the home of the #1 contender for the undisputed WWE Championship, WWE Universal Championship. He went to war with Sheamus for 30 minutes last night. McIntyre could barely get out of bed, but it was worth it because he has a shot at the championship. Let's talk about the main event tonight with Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. For the first time ever, McIntyre realized he made a mistake. It says it's the first time in Nashville and Nissan Stadium with 2 titles on the line in front of Colt. A fan McIntyre just asked about the fans chant for Colt. McIntyre says he's coming for the winner and taking the 2 titles. McIntyre then holds up his sword as fireworks goes off. WWE Hall of Fame Jeff Jarrett is introduced to the ring. He'll be the special guest referee for the next match. Jeff Jarrett will team with Jay Lethal to take on Ric Flair and Andrade in Flair's last match tomorrow night. At replay is showing from Money in the Bank of the Usos beating the Street Profits, even though Montez Ford showed her what's up. The Tennessee Titans cheerleaders comes out to introduce the Street Profits. So we get the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champion, special guest referee Jeff Jarrett, the Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins versus the Usos Jimmy and Jey Uso. Now the Street Profits disappoints me. All right, it says Jimmy Uso starts Angelo Dawkins down. Jimmy punches Dawkins to the corner. Jerry puts him away and shouts that he must let him go when he counts to 5. Dawkins turns Jimmy and punches away at him. Jeff Jarrett removes him and gives him the same instructions. Jey Uso tags in and punches away at Dawkins. Jey chokes Dawkins on the bottom rope until Jeff Jarrett unbars him. Jimmy gets a cheap shot in. Jimmy tags in and applies a chin lock. Dawkins bites up, but Jimmy powers him down. Dawkins tries again, but Jimmy uppercuts him down. Jeff Jarrett gets in Jimmy's face. Jimmy backs up and shouts to the crowd before hitting a running hip attack. Jimmy tries again, but Dawkins sidesteps him. Dawkins then hits a sidestep Isagiri. Montez Ford and Jey Uso tag in. Ford kicks him back and hits a springboard attack for a 2 count. Ford clotheslines him down before hitting a few strikes. Ford hits a back suplex and pops up for a standing moonsault to pick up a 2 count. Ford sneers at Jey. Ford chops the chest. Jey goes for a back suplex, but Ford flips through and lands on his feet. Ford fights back and hits a standing blockbuster for a 2 count. Ford chops the chest before having a whip reverse to the corner. Ford goes to slingshot him over, but Jey puts the brakes on. Jey hits a back suplex, net breaker for a near fall. Jimmy tags in, and the Usos send Ford onto the ropes, but he holds on. Ford then pulls the top rope down to get them out of the ring. Dawkins tags in, hits a somersault senton on the Usos. Dawkins gets Jimmy in the ring, hits a spinning net breaker for a near fall. Dawkins blocks a kick, but Jimmy comes back with the Enziguri. The Street Profits hit a double team move for a near fall. Ford argues the call with Jeff Jarrett, Jey super kicks Dawkins, and Jimmy super kicks Ford. The Usos double super kicks Dawkins for a near fall. The Usos hit Dawkins with a stereo top rope splashes, but Ford breaks it up. All 4 competitors are down. Jeff Jarrett is counting them down, but they're up at 7. Ford throws Jimmy out of the ring. Jey then throws Ford out of the ring. Jey goes for a super kick on Dawkins, but nearly hits Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett shoves him off, and Dawkins hits a spine buster. Ford tags in and hits a frog splash. Ford takes a moment to recover before covering that costs him. As Jey kicks out at 2.5, Dawkins shouts in disbelief from ringside. Ford is frustrated with Jeff Jarrett. Count. Ford goes to a suicide dive on the Usos, but they double super kick him before sending him over the barricade. The Usos hit Dawkins with the stereo super kick before getting him in the ring. They hit him with the 1D for the victory. The winner of the match is still your WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champions, the Usos. Alright, let's move on. The video package, Charlotte Flair's career. WWE Hall of Fame, Kid Rock is shown at ringside. He makes out with some woman and flips off the camera. Nessus stated a black screen for a moment. Riddle charged in the ring with his shoulder taped up. Riddle says he's not medically cleared to compete tonight, but his buddy Randy Orton told him not to take crap from anyone, especially a piece of trash like Seth freaking Rollins. Security, WWE officials, and referees tried to get him out of the ring. Alright, Seth freaking Rollins answers the call, flanked by producer trying to get him to stop. They brought in the Osway before getting in the ring. Seth Rollins almost immediately gives Riddle a stomp before laughing and walking off. Seth Rollins says Riddle was stupid for calling him out. Doctors help Riddle up. Alright, so we get a video package. SmackDown Women's Champion. SmackDown Women's Champion. Ronda Rousey versus Liv Morgan. This match was terrible, but the ending, I did not mind it. Alright, the bell rings and Rousey instantly takes her down with a throw. Rousey easily strikes her to the corner and backs up Morgan. Slingshot over her, hits some strikes. Ronda Rousey quickly takes it to her and takes her down for a 2 count. Liv Morgan mounts a quickly comeback, but Rousey easily shakes her off. Rousey goes for a Piper's Pit, but Morgan gets out. Liv Morgan knocks her back and goes for the Oblivion, but Rousey counters with a slam. Rousey sets up for an armbar, but Morgan counters into a roll-up. Rousey kicks out, but Morgan quickly goes to the arena of starting. Rousey powers up, but Morgan counters into a curved pin for a 2 count. Rousey grabs her and applies an armbar hanging off the apron. Rousey slams her down and applies an armbar. Morgan screams in pain, but gets a foot on the bottom rope. Rousey applies another armbar, but Morgan rolls to the bottom rope. Morgan holds her in arm in pain. The referee calls at ringside. Doctors over to check on Morgan. Morgan says she's okay. Rousey sizes up the injured SmackDown Women's Champion. Rousey applies an armbar. Morgan turns her over with Rousey's shoulder down. The referee counts Rousey's shoulder and calls for the belt, but Morgan taps out before the 3 count. The winner is still your SmackDown Women's Champion, Liv Morgan. That match was terrible. Alright, replay confirms that the referee blew the call. Ronda Rousey should be the SmackDown Women's Champion. Ronda Rousey is frustrated and attacks Liv Morgan from behind. Ronda Rousey then attacks the referee and locks him in an armbar. WWE official pulls her off. Morgan sits in a heap at ringside. WWE Hall of Famer and Mayor of Knob Country, Tennessee Kane, is in the ring. Kane announced tonight's attendance. 48,449 are in attendance. Kane thanks the crowd and makes the big ring post explode. Alright, let's move on. A video package. Undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Roman Reigns makes his long entrance with the Bloodline. The Usos go to the back after a bit. Roman Reigns take a microphone in the ring, and Roman Reigns says, "Nashville SummerSlam, acknowledge me." Brock Lesnar makes his entrance to a big ovation. Halfway down to the aisle, he turns around and walks over to a tractor. Brock Lesnar puts a flannel on with his logo on it. Brock Lesnar also dons a cowboy hat and drives the tractor down to ringside with the front end loaded lifter. Brock Lesnar parks it and climbs the loader before standing in the shovel with a poser while posing. Brock Lesnar takes a microphone and does his own entrance, saying he will be Roman Reigns. Alright, let's move on. So we get the undisputed WWE Universal Champion last man standing match. Roman Reigns accompanied by Paul Heyman versus Brock Lesnar. This was the match of the night right here, the main event. Alright, Lesnar dives off the tractor and crushes Roman Reigns with a Luther's press. Brock Lesnar punches away at him before clotheslining him out of the ring. Brock Lesnar follows him out of the ring and hits a bell-to-belly suplex. Brock Lesnar grabs him and throws him into the ring steps. Brock Lesnar stands on the bottom half of the stairs and hits a bell-to-belly suplex. The referee counts, but it doesn't get very far. Brock Lesnar slams him into the barricade and sends him to the crowd. Brock Lesnar suplexes him onto the lightning rig. The referee gets to 5 before Reigns gets up. Brock Lesnar sets up for an F5, but Roman Reigns spikes out and sends Brock Lesnar into the lightning thirst. Roman Reigns goes for a powerbomb, but Brock Lesnar drives him into the lightning thirst before throwing him down to the ground. Roman Reigns is knocked to ringside. Brock Lesnar jumps up to the top before the barricade, but slips off. Brock Lesnar quickly rebounds and gives Roman Reigns a German suplex on the floor. Brock Lesnar goes under the ring and set up a table. Paul Heyman shouts at Lesnar and immediately starts begging him off. Brock Lesnar turns into a small drop from Roman Reigns through the table. Heyman smiles smudgely. Lesnar gets to his feet at 8. Roman Reigns grabs the top half of the steel steps and rocks Brock Lesnar in a forehead with it. Michael Cole says the referee Patton's name as he counts. Brock Lesnar is up before he being counted down. Roman Reigns sets up another table at ringside and gives Brock Lesnar urinates through it. Brock Lesnar is up at 7. Roman Reigns gets Lesnar in the ring and signs him up. Roman Reigns brings Brock Lesnar down with a knee with a Superman punch. Brock Lesnar stumbles around in the ring. Is dropped by a second Superman punch. Roman Reigns waits for Lesnar to get up and spears him down. Lesnar is up at 7. Roman Reigns is staring at him in disbelief. Roman Reigns goes for another spear, but Brock Lesnar counters into an F5 attempt. Roman Reigns slides him off and goes for a spear, but Brock Lesnar shoves him out of the ring. Roman Reigns lands in a wreckage of the 2 tables. Roman Reigns is up at 7. Brock Lesnar grabs Roman Reigns and slams him through a fragment of the table. Reigns immediately holds his right elbow in pain. Roman Reigns is up at 8. Lesnar gets to the controls of the tractor and lowers the front and loaded. Lesnar grabs a steel steps and viciously drills them into Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar then grabs another table fragment and cracks Roman Reigns in the head with it. Reigns is up at 8. Lesnar grabs Reigns and pulls him over to the tractor before putting him in the loader. Brock Lesnar raises up the front end loader with Reigns in it. Reigns drills it towards the ring and dumps Reigns out into the ring. Reigns gets to his feet at 7. Furious, Lesnar gets in the ring and takes Roman Reigns to Suplex City with 3 German suplexes. Lesnar's back is cut up from the table spots. Reigns is up at 8. Lesnar, who is dripping with sweat, looking frustrated. Lesnar drops the WWE Universal Champion, undisputed WWE Universal Champion with an F5. Referee Chad Patton counts and Roman Reigns somehow gets up at 9. Lesnar goes for another F5, but Roman Reigns counters into the guillotine. Brock Lesnar counters into a guillotine and makes Roman Reigns pass out. The referee checks on Roman Reigns and acknowledges that he is unconscious. Still, Roman Reigns regains consciousness and gets up at 9. Brock Lesnar gets in the tractor and lowers the front end loader. Brock Lesnar drills it into the ring and knocks it back. Brock Lesnar then flips up a corner of the ring with Reigns in it, sending him flying. Reigns still gets up at 8. Alright, the ring is still prop up on the tractor. The Usos attack Lesnar. Lesnar immediately fights them off and hits a belly-to-belly suplex on the floor. And Paul Heyman hands Lesnar the title and says he's calling it off the match. Lesnar instead grabs Heyman and gives him an F5 through the commentary table. Immediately after Roman Reigns spears Lesnar down, the referee is counting them both down. but both get up at 9. All of a sudden, Theory's music hits. The holder of the 2022 Money in the Bank briefcase runs down with a referee. Theory viciously hits Roman Reigns with the briefcase. Brock Lesnar immediately grabs him and gives him the F5 on the floor. The briefcase was not cashed in. Roman Reigns hits him with a spear. Lesnar gets up. Roman Reigns spears him again, but Brock Lesnar is up once again. Roman Reigns is alright. Roman Reigns smashed Theory with a briefcase before beating Lesnar down with it. Brock Lesnar is still barely up at 9. Roman Reigns grabs the WWE Championship and hits him in the skull with it. But Brock Lesnar still gets up at 9. Michael Cole is introduced. Michael Cole is incredulous on commentary. Roman Reigns has the WWE Universal Championship and clocks Brock Lesnar in the skull. Roman Reigns and the Usos start burying Brock Lesnar under the ranges of the commentary table and still steps. Roman Reigns then sits on top of the mountain of wreckage with Lesnar underneath and wins the match. The winner is still your undisputed WWE Universal Champion, the head of the table, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. This match was really good. Alright, WWE officials runs down to start the unearth Brock Lesnar from the wreckage. The Bloodline scraps Paul Heyman up, and then all walk off. Broken. Roman Reigns stands tall, still the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And WWE SummerSlam goes off the air. Like I said earlier, SummerSlam was a 9 out of 10. Two matches were bad, but the rest of the show, good. Alright, like I said earlier, if you guys enjoy my WWE SummerSlam review and highlights, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below on what are your thoughts on WWE SummerSlam. This show was a 9 out of 10 because you see the thumbnail. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Like I said, I will see you guys tomorrow for my WWE 2K22 over there on Twitch. So that's all I gotta say from there. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. This your boy Bigboyfactsjonnytv, KFG CREW KFG Kings. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.